Hello everyone, this is Sukesh Marla. In this video, we will answer a question: what is MSMQ and how to implement them in C#. We'll start with understanding what is MSMQ and why we need it. Then we will see how to install them in Windows operating system. And finally, we will learn how to write code against MSMQ using C#. Let's say we have two applications, application 1 and application 2. Application 1 will send some request to application 2 and application 2 will process that request. Now when we talk about these kind of communication, there are 3 points which need to be discussed. The first point is the processing logic which is going to be executed by application 2 may contain some heavy logic. For example, let's say application 1 will send some data to application 2 and application 2 will convert that data to real JPG images. Now this is obviously not going to be an easy task. It is going to take long time to complete this conversion process. Now to overcome this problem, what we can do is we can design our application 1 in such a way that instead of sending synchronous requests, it will send asynchronous requests to application 2. This will make application 1 responsive even when the application 2 is executing. The second point which need to be considered here is application 1 and application 2 might have written using different technologies. Because of this, application 1 and application 2 will not be able to talk with each other directly. And we can solve this problem by making application 2 a web service. Now, from application 1, we can invoke the functions in the web services, that is application 2, asynchronously. That means when we use web services, both these problems get solved easily. But there is a third point which need to be discussed and which is very important because even web services cannot tackle them. That is, here application 1 is completely dependent on application 2. If because of some reason application 2 is not responding, application 1 will also stop responding. If application 1 try to talk to application 2 when application 2 is not executing, application 1 will just get an exception. So no offline capability is a third problem. Now we can overcome this problem by introducing an intermediate repository or a warehouse between application 1 and application 2. Application 1 and application 2 will not talk to each other directly. Rather, application 1 asynchronously push its data to this intermediate warehouse and application 2, when it start retrieving those requests or data one by one from this intermediate warehouse. Now this intermediate warehouse can be a database, can be an Excel file, text file, anything of your choice. But this solution also has some problem. Now there should be a code written in application 2 which will remove the request from this intermediate warehouse once it is retrieved. That means we should do it manually. The second problem is there should be a way using which the requests in this warehouse should be prioritized. For example, it may happen that when this application 2 when try to retrieve the requests, it wants that the admin request should be processed first and then the normal user request should be processed. So this is not possible here, means automatically. We can do it, but for that we have to write our own logic. Application 1, while pushing its request to this warehouse, what it will do is it will keep some kind of flag or an integer number specifying the priority, and application 2 while retrieving the values or the request from this warehouse, it will check those integer priorities.
The ultimate solution will be using MSMQ. MSMQ or Microsoft Message Queuing. It's a part of Microsoft Windows component and it allows us to store and retrieve messages. Now here in this scenario, application 1 will send request to this MSMQ, or in terms of MSMQ we say application 1 will send messages to it and application 2 will get messages from it. Now the best part here is, as soon as application 2 reads any message from this MSM queue, automatically those messages will get removed from here. It happens automatically. We are not required to write any code for that. The second best part is, MSM queue also allows us message priority. We can prioritize our messages based on our requirement. Now you might be thinking that if it is a part of Windows component, then how to get that? For that we have to install it. Let's go to control panel, click on this programs, turn Windows features on or off, click on this Microsoft Message Queue Server, check that, say OK. It will take some time and it will install it. Once you install it, you need to restart your machine. Now to confirm whether everything is done properly or not, click on Start menu, right click your My Computer icon, say Manage. In the right side you will see an option called as Services and Application. Just expand it. There you will see a message queuing. It means everything is worked properly. Now it's time to open up your Visual Studio and do some coding.
Now it's time to implement MSMQ using C#. As you can see, we have simple solution over here which has two applications, one application 1 and second application 2, both of which are console applications. Application 1 will simply send messages to MSMQ and application 2 will retrieve those messages. Before we dig into the source code, let's execute this application and see how it looks like. Before that, let's open our computer management console and let's check what we have right now in the queue. As you can see, in our private queue, we have a queue called as my queue, inside which we don't have any messages left right now. So let's go and try to send something. For that, let's execute this application 1. Right click, debug, start new instance. It says enter message to be sent. High priority messages should start with HP:. We don't want to send high priority messages, so let's put only message over here. Say hi, comma, how are you? Let's press enter. Thanks for sending message. Now let's go back to our computer management console and let's see if we have something over there. As you can see, now when I refresh this my queue messages, you'll see that now we have something over here. Let's open it. As you can see, in the body we have something now, but right now we can't read it because it's in a serialized format. Now what we will do is we will deserialize it and read it with the help of application 2. Now let's execute this application 2. Right click, debug, start new instance. As you can see here, we got the message hi, how are you, which we had sent from the application 1. Now let's go back to our computer management console and let's check our queue again. As soon as I press F5, you will see that there is nothing over here because the message which we had sent from the application 1 got removed automatically as soon as we read it from the application 2. Now let's look into the source code and let's understand it, how we implemented it. Now let's understand the send application first. Now in order to send messages to MSMQ, there are two steps. First, we need to get the reference of the queue. Second, we will send a message to that queue. So we have breakpoint over here. Let's go back to our management console and let's remove this my queue so that we create it dynamically using coding. So let's go and execute this application, debug, start new instance. So we are here. Press F10. F10. It will wait for the user input. Let's put some user input, that is testing. Let's press enter. Okay, we are here. Now right now there are no queue with the name as my queue, right? So this method or this exist method will lead to false value. If you go to your management console, you will see that there are no queues right now. So what we need to do is we need to create that. Listen carefully. There are two things. First, creating a queue, and second, getting a reference of that queue. If queue won't exist itself, then we need to create it. Okay. If queue is already there, then we will just get the reference using this constructor. Okay. Let's press F10. It will create a new queue and get the reference, and we are done with the step 1. So now it's time to go. It's time to step 2. We have created the object of message class. Now, as I said, messages are going to be stored in serialized format. So we need a formatter here. Here I am using binary formatter. If you want, you can use XML formatter as well. So we are getting the value in body. We are storing the value in body. We are setting the label. Right now it won't contain HP colon. Your message won't contain HP colon. So it is going to be considered as normal message. So we are done with it. Now let's go to our management console. Let's press F5 or let's refresh it. You'll see that a MyQueue is created over here, and inside it, in queued messages, we have our message over here. Whatever label we had specified over there, that was here now, application message. So we have it over here, and whatever message we had sent, that is in the body of it. Now let's go to let's execute this send application once again and see what happens. Right click, debug, start new instance. Let's say F10. It waits for input now. Let's put it as second. Let's press enter. Now the queue is already created, right? So now this method leads to true value. I will press F10. See, we get the reference now. We are done with step 1. Now it's time to create the object. We are using binary formatter. We are putting some value over here. We are using the same label again. It doesn't matter. Again, it is a normal message, and we are sending it. We are done with it. Now let's go to our management console and let's check what we have over there. Service application, message queuing, private messages, MyQueue, queued messages. You see that now there are 2 messages, right? Both of them are of normal priority. Now when we execute this application 2, what will happen is the message which had sent first will be received first. Okay, because it's a queue, it will work on first come first serve basis. Okay, but definitely what we can do is we can prioritize the messages. Okay, now what I'll do is first let's go and understand the receive logic, and then we will see how to work with priorities. Let's open up this my application 2. Let's open up this program.cs. As you can see over here, again a simple 2 steps. First, get the reference of the queue, then get the message from that queue. Let's execute it. Right click, debug, start new instance. As you can see, the first line is get the reference. So say F10. So we got the reference of the queue. Now we say myqueue.receive. Okay, and then we need to pass a formatter once again. We know that while sending we have used a binary formatter, so we have to use the same formatter even here. So we say this one binary formatter, and we say just display whatever the body, whatever message you got from the MSMQ, and that is testing. That was the first message, right? Now if I execute this application again, I will get the second message, that is second itself. Okay, so before we go and execute this application once again, let's go and execute our send application once again, and let's try to put some prioritized messages. Let's put some messages which are of more priority. Let's go and execute our application 1. Say debug, start new instance. What I'll do is I'll open up one notepad also, and right now we have second message called as second in our message queue. Let's send one more, that is third. Press enter, which is also a normal message. Now we have second and we have third. Now let's go and execute once again. Debug, start new instance, and let's put some high priority messages. I'll say hi, I am hi. Let's press enter. Now this is the third. Okay, hi HP colon hi, I am hi. It's a third message. Now as per the queue logic, when we try to receive, this will be received first and this will be received second, and finally we will receive it. But because this message is considered as the high priority message, so when we try to receive it, this will be received first and then it will be received and then it will be received. Let's go and check if it is working in the same way. Let's go and execute this application 2. So we should get this HP because it's a high priority message. Debug, start new instance. See, we got high, I am high. So if I execute it once again, I will get that second message. I got second. Now I will get third message. Okay, so this is how we can set priorities of our messages while sending to MSMQ. So this is all about MSMQ and implementing them in C#. If you have any query, what you can do is you can drop me a mail in sukeshmarla@gmail.com or questpond@questpond.com, and we'll definitely try to reply it with the best possible way we can. Thanks a lot.